When you have failed leadership, especially in like a church or a social setting, social organization, you find yourself going through the same issues over and over again. Every time a social leader march and protest, it should be the end or culmination of a problem. You put yourself right back in the same situation and you find yourself going through this whole process again over and over again. Case in point, I'm listening on the internet today and they're talking about a former baseball player, Hubert Washington. He played for the Oakland A's. He's suing McDonald's because they forced him to sell several of his franchises. When you go against the big boys, they start taking away their toys from you. And if you ain't got no organization, no group behind you, they'll continue to do it. Now the thing is, McDonald's ended up paying the guy $33.5 million, but still claim their innocence. I don't know where else but in America you could do some stuff like that. His lawsuit claimed that black owners of the franchises would never prosper equal to whites. Herbert Washington, he was the largest black franchise owner. He had like 27 stores. And one of the reasons why he bought the McDonald's in the first place, he was like the McDonald's arches, they were like iconic. Do you know what else is iconic? Independence. And if you can look at McDonald's and see an iconic symbol to make you want to invest in them, but you still be a slave to McDonald's, you need to change your vision. We need to create symbols that black people can invest in and represents their independence, their freedom to choose, not to have corporations restrict, limit, or force you to do things that you ordinarily wouldn't do. The thing is, blacks were boycotting McDonald's back in the 60s, just trying to buy a franchise. But blacks, they were still patronizing it. Not, I don't understand how you do that. Back then, McDonald's wouldn't even wait on black people. So how could a black person think that buying a franchise that historically discriminated against his own people would be a good investment? Only a people that has been robbed of their heritage, their culture, their social norms will ever do that. You would never see a Jew investing in a German franchise to sell products to other Jews. You just won't see that. He was trying to buy restaurants in white suburban communities, but McDonald's, being a franchise owner, McDonald's had the first right to refusal. They could sell their franchises to anybody they wanted to. They didn't need to have to consult with nobody else because you're trying to buy their logo. You're trying to buy their restaurant. You're trying to buy their image. They get to determine who purchases it or not. And this is what I've always said. It is all about owning or controlling the essential businesses that govern over your way of life. And as long as we are servants of it, our plight will never change. All the rights that blacks enjoy in this country is filtered through white businesses and industries. It's just as simple as that. Whites can deny you essential needs, even during catastrophic times. Hurricanes, tornadoes, mudslides, pandemics. You go to a store to purchase crucial needs, somebody cut, hurt, hungry, starving, whatever, they have the right and will exercise that right at whatever convenience they have, and the law will protect them. And then what alternative do you have? Nothing. I can't understand that. But the thing is, when they went to McDonald's when they went to McDonald's to ask about this lawsuit, you know, their response was that he had poor management skills and the guest satisfaction rating was low. And it's consistent when you don't have an argument. Because see, when you have facts, you argue facts. When you don't have facts, you attack the character. Now, if this man had poor management issues and wasn't serving guests in a timely manner and the guest satisfaction was low, why didn't they argue this before the lawsuit came into place? How did this man get to own 27 stores, be the largest black owner of a McDonald's franchise, and he has poor management skills? How did McDonald's repeatedly sell stores to this man that has poor management skills? Guests aren't satisfied. You're going against the organization goals and ambitions. Explain to me how this man had 27 stores. McDonald's is a sole proprietor. Nobody else is telling McDonald's what to do. They sell these franchises to whomever they want to. According to that resume, you shouldn't sell that guy no more restaurants until he get his act together. But he got 27 stores. But you know, like I say, when you got facts, you argue facts. And when you don't got facts, you attack the character. But the problem isn't solely with McDonald's, it's with us. Blacks historically support businesses and industries that discriminate against us. I mean, it's not just McDonald's. It's Ford, it's Chrysler, it's General Motors, is any fast food franchise, clothing franchise, perfume, whatever it is. If you look back into the history of these products, they have been known to discriminate against black people, but yet we still invested in them. If the McDonald's franchise don't want black franchisees to prosper equal to white franchisees, shouldn't then we start our own black franchises instead of buying a McDonald's franchise? Can't we create our own iconic emblem? Sell burgers up under that? Create our own rules for purchasing these franchises, how to operate them, and sell to our own people? Why are we continually supporting businesses and industries that discriminate us, that limit us? And then when you buck the system, then they try to snatch away your livelihood. You can't find peace and comfort in that environment and under those conditions. So we got to take our conditions outside of this and create our own. It's time we stop listening to these failed leaders who keep lining us up right back to the same people who've been slaughtering us for generations. And listen to new leadership that's going to create a new path for us that we can enjoy, nobody else can limit, we get to determine, and we can pass on to our kids so they can repeat the process for theirs and never have to go back to this crap again.